I mean, I don't understand how anyone can watch this video and think it makes sense. I mean, is it just because Kali Muscle, he's funny, interesting, he has a great personality, we love this guy, that he gets away with it? Coach Greg, in today's video, Kali Muscle, he's taking this too far and he endangers his health and his life. As you know, he suffered a heart attack in the past and he's trying to make up for his years of steroid and food abuse by cleaning out his system. And he first began this by doing a watermelon fast. That's when you can only eat watermelons. And so he's been doing this for over 3 weeks, losing a ton of body weight, muscle, body fat, everything. And since this time, he's decided to up the ante. He wants to go 21 days surviving on water alone. And fasting, for many of you, I know it's like a cult-like following. You'll either love it or you hate it. I do believe it's very dangerous for some people, especially when it's extended, and for people who have pre-existing medical conditions. Remember how you're supposed to ask your doctor before starting a diet or exercise program? Well, Kali Muscle literally is recovering from a heart attack. And so do you really think it's in his best interest to not eat anything for 3 weeks? And because of his previous heart attack, he's most likely on cholesterol meds, blood pressure medications, things to control his cholesterol, and diuretics. And considering he's not going to consume any food and he's on diuretics, it's going to make him pee out even more water. And so because of all of these factors, going on an extreme diet for Kali Muscle makes it more dangerous than last time. For a regular person, perhaps he's 100 pounds overweight, the body could survive on the body fat stores in his body. Have you seen Kali Muscle lately? He's got single-digit body fat, he has muscles coming out everywhere, and so how could he possibly survive on his body fat stores? What's going to happen is his body is going to eat up his muscle tissue in order to use that for energy. You can't survive without food. You need calories to survive.
I knocked my cardio back to, I was doing 30 minutes before the challenge, but now I'm doing 15 minutes.
And so he used to do 30 minutes of cardio 7 days a week. That's 210 minutes a week. But now that he's on this extreme diet, he's reduced his cardio to 15 minutes. 15 times 7, 105, that is below the 150 minutes of recommended cardio a week. And so what is the result of this diet? He doesn't have the energy to do what could help him the most, arguably doing cardio. Studies are very clear on this. People who do more cardio, for example, doing 8 to 12,000 steps a day, they live longer than those who don't. And so if he doesn't have the energy from not eating food in order to do cardio, he's going to further increase his risk.
And I'm learning that, watermelon is fine and dandy, but it's still not allowing the body to get all the years of gunk up out of you.
If I were to tell you that I had a friend that wasn't eating for weeks and weeks on end, and that they had single-digit body fat, what would be the first thing that would come to your mind? Could it be that they may have a disorder in regards to eating? I can't say it exactly the way I want because I don't want to get demonetized. But when people starve themselves and refuse to eat, there's a word for that. It starts with an A and it rhymes with being dyslexic. And so why are we praising him? Oh, Kali Muscle, you are our savior. But yet when a young woman refuses to eat, we're highly concerned. Let's get this person some help. And so why is no one trying to help Kali Muscle?
Just my life now is revolved around being healthy and taking you guys on my journey.
I'd argue that I care about being healthy just as much as Kali Muscle. And notice, I eat watermelons, but I also eat other foods. And I do drink water, but I add in some Perrylite. It tastes better. There's vitamins, minerals, protein in it. And so why would you only drink water? It's not healthy to avoid consuming foods. It's not healthier to eat nothing than it is to have a healthy diet. And when you're not eating enough, your energy levels, they tank. Your metabolism goes down. Your body has a hard time holding muscle.
Just trying to defeat the odds, be a real survivor, be 80 years old and be able to look back on this.
And so if it was actually true that people who starve themselves like this, they live such long lives, then would it not be true that prisoners of war, perhaps people who are on deserted islands or fell off a boat living on a raft for weeks on end, that these people would live longer than everyone else? And so the harsh reality is this: there are in fact studies that say that people who are leaner, that have lower body weight, that eat fewer calories, that they do in fact live longer. But it's not caused by starving yourself and eating nothing for a month. And you can't make up for years of abuse, taking performance enhancing drugs, making mukbang videos, eating everything you want, fast food and so on, by just eliminating the food from your diet for a month and thinking, oh, I'm going to live forever.
Because I noticed my butt glutes are getting soft. And I don't like how they look.
And so, as stated in the past, I do believe that Cali Muscle has some body dysmorphia. He does not like the reflection in the mirror. And since this watermelon fast, he's noticed that his muscles are beginning to atrophy, which means to get smaller. And so, as you see him doing these kickbacks, you can actually notice that his glutes are smaller than last time.
You know, it's fine doing all these fasts and watermelon challenge and raw diets and fruitarians. You gotta keep that muscle mass, man.
And so isn't it ironic that Cali is saying the exact thing you need to do to live a long and healthy life, which is you need to have the muscle in case you get injured, sick, and so on. You have to have the muscle in order to survive that accident, that health scare, and so on. But he's suggesting that you don't eat. You don't eat any food, perhaps you just eat watermelon. There is not enough protein in a watermelon, and certainly not enough in plain water, to build muscle. And so what is the point of going to the gym and creating a stimulus for muscle growth to occur if you're not providing the nutrients in order for that muscle to get built? It would be analogous to saying, hey, I am going to hire a bunch of carpenters to come and build a house, and they show up and they say, okay, let's get going. And there are no nails, no wood, nothing. They just stand there with hammers looking around each other saying, what are we going to do? And so he's literally training in the gym, doing nothing. To build muscle, you need water, energy, protein, and a stimulus for muscle to occur. And so what is the point of stimulating the muscle if there's nothing going to go on? And so he's doing kickbacks, trying to build legs, and this is great advice. Nothing wrong with this. I'm happy that he's promoting people to do cardio and to lift weights. But if you're not eating any protein, what is actually going to happen? I'll tell you what. He's going to tear down the muscle fibers. The muscle fibers are going to get damaged. And how are they going to repair themselves? He's trying to build bigger glutes. He's not giving them any nutrients. At best, the body could perhaps take some amino acids from his biceps and put them in his glutes. But you can't build something from nothing. But you can't build something from nothing. It's impossible. And so he's trying to create new lean tissue. He needs to eat protein. I mean, at minimum, he could add in some perylite into his water, tell him to stay hydrated, get some amino acids and so on. But obviously, you know what I think he should do. He should be having a diet that's sustainable from all four food groups, doing 150 minutes of cardio a week. Not saying he needs to eat a ton of calories, perhaps 2,000 calories a day, perhaps even 1,000, better than nothing. And so if this were a very thin human being instead of Cali Muscle, you'd be saying that person has an ED. And I'm not talking about a problem with the downstairs. And if there is a problem with the downstairs, harder than last time. Code Greg, 10% off. Back to the video.
Squeezing my glute when I go up. I don't want to come all the way back. I don't want to relax my muscle. A lot of people do this and relax. I'm keeping the tension.
And if he wanted to increase the tension, he could simply take a step back away or double up the band so that there would be constant tension even at the full range of motion. And so give that a try, Cali Muscle. Better luck training harder than last time next time.
I'm not going to do much today because I feel you got to listen to your body. And I feel a little fatigued today. I haven't ate. I'm trying to drive.
And so he's normally would train more, but he's going to listen to his body. He can barely get through a workout, and so he's cutting it short. He says, you got to listen to your body. Your body, guess what, Cali? It's saying eat. You're saying listen to your body. Your body doesn't have enough energy to do 30 minutes of cardio. Cut that down to 15, and your workout is being cut short. Why? Because you're not eating. And so listen to your body exactly. Give it some freaking food already.
So I'm just inspired by people that's doing water fast, man, and dry fast. So I just really need to heal my body, and what I gotta do to do it.
You know what? You can heal your body a lot quicker by giving it nutrients to recover and repair itself. And if you're interested in faster recovery, why not try some of our supplements? You can click the link in the description, head over to the website. You can take things like pre-pump, Ecti Builder, GO2 Max. These things can absolutely make a difference in your workout. And so the number one comment, Cali Muscle 2024 be like, I only weigh 70 pounds. Am I unhealthy? 60-day no oxygen challenge next. I mean, I don't understand how anyone can watch this video and think it makes sense. I mean, is it just because Cali Muscle, he's funny, interesting, he has a great personality, we love this guy, that he gets away with it? Because picture it, if it was somebody else, somebody who was very thin, a 100-pound human being, perhaps a small, frail person, and they said exactly what he said, everyone would be going crazy. Imagine if this was being stated by Eugene Cooley. Eugene Cooley said, hey, I'm going on a 20-day water fast. I'm only going to have watermelon. People will be up in arms. Whoa, you can't do that. We're worried about you. And so why are people worried about Eugene Cooley when they're not worried about Cali Muscle? And so remember, Cali Muscle is on a very specific drug regimen prescribed by his doctor. Now, the blood pressure medication, it's going to make his blood pressure go down. But not eating food is also going to get his blood pressure down. But what if it goes down too low? Could this not create a problem? And so he has to be open, honest, and transparent with his doctor and tell him exactly what he's doing. And do you think if he does that, the doctors can say, oh, this is a great idea. I really think that 3 weeks of eating just watermelons and then 3 weeks of just having water, that's great for you. If he does, fine, I'll eat my words. But I certainly don't think that a cardiologist is going to think, hey, this is a great idea, Cali. Just give up eating and consuming nutrients. And so what we do know for certain is that he's going to be losing a ton of muscle. Impossible to keep your muscle without eating food. It's not going to happen. And so with that, he's going to be excreting, peeing out nutrients such as sodium, potassium, various other electrolytes, and that could create a host of problems for Cali Muscle. And so the doctors, they need to know about this. And so for those of you who do like fasting, I'm not saying that it has no benefits. I know you're going to be in the comments saying, but Coach Greg, autophagy. Yes, I get it. It has some benefits for some people, but do you really need to extend it through 21 days? I'm all about balance. I promote cardio. I promote lifting weights. But do I tell you to lift weights twice a day, 7 days a week, and do 6 hours cardio a day? Of course not. That's too much. I don't think that that would be healthy. I believe in doing the right amount at the appropriate times and that is healthy. And so if you want to fast perhaps 24 hours, maybe even 3 days on occasion, by all means, do it. Just please consult your doctor. But if you really want to improve your longevity, to live longer than last time, if you do in fact believe in reincarnation, I would suggest my number one supplement, GO2 Max, the main ingredient and been shown in double-blind, placebo-controlled human studies to make a huge difference in your cardiovascular endurance. Also helps you to sleep, gives you more energy. It's been discussed on the Joe Rogan podcast. And remember, it's banned by the FDA. You can't purchase on Amazon, but you can get it on my website. Click that link. It's in the description. Enter code Greg. You get 10% off. Please check out GO2 Max. Read the studies. Perhaps you'll be a believer just like me. Subscribe. Click the bell button. Leave a comment. Tell me, do you believe in this fast? Is it going crazy? Is it too long? Also, don't forget to watch one of the bloops. And of course, cookbooks, training books, the Circle Diet book, coaching plans by me and my team, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. You can get all that on my website. Don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter as well. And until next time, I am out.